για την ομάδα της Συμμαχίας Φιλελευθέρων και Δημοκρατών για την Ευρώπη για 2 λεπτά.
Thank you, President, High Representative, dear colleagues. Iran replied to the most recent EU sanctions with surprise. Surprise not only mentioned by officials, but also reflected in the further decline of the value of the currency, as the EU remained united in its sanction package of January 23rd. The EU is strong when it stands united and leads, as you said, High Representative. Let's see more of it. However, isolating Iran is no success or goal as such. The ALDE Group urges you to work with Turkey and other partners to do everything possible to use all diplomatic means available to encourage Iranian officials to engage in meaningful negotiations over the nuclear issue. This also means looking into different ways in which Iran might be persuaded, not only at sanctions. The EU should also look at a permanent representation in Iran and eventually to open an EU representation on the ground, to also more directly relay our joint concerns with human rights violations besides our vital role in the E3+3 negotiations. And may I remind especially some members on the conservative side of this House that sanctions are an ultimate means and not a goal in and of themselves. I'm proud and glad the EU has always clearly distinguished between seeking to impact individuals with responsibilities for either the nuclear program or human rights violations, and not the Iranian population. They, after all, feel largely unrepresented by their political, military or religious leaders. It's therefore even more important that the EU acts independently of the United States, especially in an election year. The US has consistently chosen different sanction packages than the EU, but the US sanctions also impact EU businesses by imposing not only direct but also indirect sanctions. And I believe food and medicine should always be able to reach the Iranian people. And one last point is of particular importance for the people in Iran, especially the young generation, and that is the role that technologies can play in either enhancing or threatening human rights. And I believe the EU should take its responsibility and ensuring that no repressive technologies are exported to such repressive regimes. And this we can do now without controversy.
Κυρία Σάκε, υπάρχει αίτημα για μπλε κάρτας από τον κύριο Τάνοκ. Δέχεστε το ερώτημα του κύριου Τάνοκ?
Madam Schaake made